How y'all doing there?
Young troubadour on a rap now. Tennessee born in the weed cloud. Five brothers rolling six string in the Telly V8 running through the fucking whole town. And my style is so red, Dead Redemption got Billy the Kid getting resurrected. Then riding the horse to the west with henchmen. Shotgun blast to the back out hit. Who? Anybody wanna come gunsling? Just know a little grace don't faze me. You're gonna need a silver bullet and a wooden stake to kill the venom in my motherfucking fang teeth. Bite down. Shot at you like a billy goat. Whitey right here used to bust the first gorilla zone. Be steady knocking like a meth head on my stuff. Yeah, I fucking kill you, that's real, not tough. American flag in the front yard.
Sheesh, guys. I finally got this truck cleaned up after about a month of just neglecting it. So, hi. So, let's get into this video a little bit and update you on what's going on with this car. Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. I figured it's been over a month or two since I've uploaded last, so we had some problems with the new rear end install. So I'll go ahead and give you a rundown of what we got with the new rear end now. So if you saw last where we left off, I was just getting the rear end put in, it was getting all bolted up, and everything is in there now, or it was all in there. Now I've got parts. Don't mind the huge tool mess here, but yeah, so once we got the rear end and everything put in the car, I went and took it for a little drive and right up the end of the street and back, and it had this crazy whine on deceleration, and I don't know exactly what that was. Now the rear end was put together. Let me step over all this junk. The rear end was put together probably 2 or 3 years ago, and it just kind of sat. So there's no way it could all been perfect and stayed perfect over that entire time. Things rust, things just don't stay right. So what I think happened, and what it was doing was it had a crazy whine under deceleration. So I mean, if you look, the pattern, if you can even see it, the pattern really doesn't look bad. Like, it's an acceptable pattern. See if you can see there. So the gears, I don't think, are doing any whining. Now if you look closely around here, I'll show you. If you look in there, you can see, and I don't know if you'll see it, but it's a little rusty in here. Little rust debris everywhere, and the bearings are all, if you look in there, if you can see, I can see the rust buildup in the bearings. And there was probably rust buildup all in the pinion bearings and just everything. So I think this thing's gonna get rebuilt with new bearings, just get it put back together. Like even the axle bearings out here, they are all a little rusty, and the axles themselves look a little rusty. So I'm gonna see if I can't clean this whole deal up a little bit, and we're gonna have to come back to this when I get it put back together and put it all back in the car again. It really didn't look bad at all. It just had a little bit of a bit of a good whine going. So I think what happened was it was put together about 2 years ago or so, and it just sat with no lube in it or anything, and the bearings rusted a little bit. Everything just wasn't perfect. So went ahead and took it out. It's getting re-put back together. It's getting reset up. I'm actually getting a new ring gear in it. We're gonna go with a 411 gear, I believe it is. Yeah, you can even see some of the rust in here, but yeah. One other thing is I went by and saw my boy Sideways Laz. He had a steering wheel, and went ahead and picked that up off of him. So we're gonna get that put on too, hopefully.